All right, good morning. Good morning. Last day of trading before the holidays. Not gonna be trading today with any kind of anything. I have no idea what to expect. I'm on a sim account, and I will take the setups if they present properly, just for like practice and to see kind of like how it works today and stuff. I'm just interested to see how the day goes. We'll see. I don't know how long I'll be here. It depends on basically how the open goes. Honestly, I just have no idea what to expect, being the day before the holidays. So there was lots of economic releases this morning, so we may have some volume this morning. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, basically just a practice day for me. Not gonna risk any kind of real progress or anything. I will say that we have like a beautiful, perfect inside reversal pattern happening right here. It's translated out nicely. The 1 minute big failure. Retest held. Hourly chart kind of looking a little suspect. It might want to come back down and test the moving average, but if that were to happen, we'd actually be all the way down closer to these old swing points. So may find some buyers down there, may not, if it even gets that far. We have new home sales at 11, so half an hour after open, and I think we had two. Yeah, we had the initial jobless claims, which was equal, and we had core durable goods, which was slightly above expectation. The market did react like initially slightly down and then came right back, so the price is basically exactly where it was when the releases came out. So not sure if we expect anything else out of that. So we'll just watch the price action, see how it goes. Just putting an order in here on Bitcoin real quick. Okay. All right, back to focusing on what I was doing. Just had to put those orders in real quick. We are 1 minute from open here. We'll see what kind of volatility we get at the open, kind of volume steps in A period. Curious to see if this inside reversal plays out. I was watching it as it was forming, and I mean, it looks great. Don't usually trade pre-market though, so and man, it's funny, I've been saying that like almost every morning. That pattern, the signals in the, you know, hour before pre-market often do seem to give decent entries as well. We got a little one tick poke action happening here. Attempted to buy up off the double bottom, checked below. We are engulfing this whole W pattern now. See if we get any kind of push, or if this pattern kind of holds out. Morning, man. How are you? How are you this morning? And we got to remember there is the new home sales at 11. Yes. This engulf did not amount to anything. Nice. Good to hear. Good to hear, sir. See if this little reversal pattern ends up actually fully pushing a low. Ooh, price snapping right back again. We trying again. Ooh, looks good. Greasy. Looking good. Have a small gap up. Ah, there we go. Already poked over it. So reversal pattern failure now. The market is slowly chugging back through that area that we were talking about yesterday after we broke above here, broke above 68. The rest of this is kind of a one-time push, so may get back up through it relatively easy. Now, it is trending up through it. Definitely not as quick as it came down through it, but not really any significant pullback action either. A nice spike here off the open. Daily chart too, like kind of nuts. Never did make a low. Like it kind of teased that failed breakout and pushed all the way down and then never broke the low, and we're kind of almost back up right to the failed breakout levels. It's taking another stab at it. And I mean, you know, fail to break the low, probably gonna test the opposite. Be interesting. Let's see if we get any kind of conviction to hold up above this level. Small inside candle at the top. Okay, we're checking a little further. There we go. curious to see how the A period closes. Because yeah, like we talked about, I have no idea what to expect as far as volume participation or follow-throughs or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. Nice push happening so far, that's for sure. Maybe now that it's the cash open, we're back up. I mean, we're still up in these levels. Maybe it will have enough juice to push through. Definitely a strong push. We're still chugging. I mean, that is very much drive like opening, that's for sure. Open drive. Which goes with, well, you know, the price action we've been seeing over the last 24 hours, so. Maybe we see a crack at all-time highs? There's no chill so far. It's just going. Almost no sell pressure, so definitely a strong imbalance in opinion. Way more longs. And I mean, even if I was long, there's not really anything that's making me want to sell. Not even on the chart, zooming out. Same concept, there's no swing points here that I'd be nervous about, so you could get hella greedy. See if the first pullback actually holds as a quick pullback and then continues strong. If the first pullback fails after that strong of a push, then it's not a good sign. Should see continuation off that strong of a push for all the people that didn't get in. Should be lots of interest in still getting in. It's already basically said that we're not flagging. Unless it were a much larger flag at this point. We're back down testing the top of this small area here that we had a little bit of indecision in. This is already a pretty fairly quick pullback, if I'm being honest. That's the perfect liquidity point, one tick underneath here, or a little bit underneath here, if it was gonna hold. That strong of a push should have held a little higher. Should have been more demand than that, you would think. Like, I'm sitting here watching it, drooling over the opportunity to get in on a flag, and it didn't even, like, people didn't even try to buy it. So this type of pullback already tells me I need to be careful. Not interested in a high one opportunity. And then we do still have new home sales at 11. We gotta be careful about that. So that's the high one trigger right there. So first red to green on that quick move. First candle to make a high. First entry long, whatever you want to call it. Did happen from an okay spot as far as liquidity goes, but I'm not interested in a high one. I don't know that I'm even interested in a high two after that type of steep pullback, to be honest. We've basically taken back half the move. That's almost 50%. If it touches the moving average, that would be basically 50%. $30 seconds on this 5-minute candle, though. If they spiked it straight up right now, would close as a hanging man, which would still be bearish looking, but possible for a little test extension at that point. I didn't make it too far, really. It's kind of just closing as an inside candle. Kind of whatever. Some bearish pressure. Some bulls lower. It did find buys at the perfect spot as far as that liquidity goes, like I said. So we'll see. No trade trigger for me though. $15 minutes in. What's our volume like? We are at 120,000. So like we actually have almost as much volume in yesterday's A period, and we still have 15 minutes left on this candle. So that is useful information. We have definitely decent volume so far, or okay volume at least. A little retest of our potential low if they were going to make a higher low. Halfway through this 5-minute candle, we're dead nuts in the middle. Still inside. Trying to hold that higher low. Any higher low believers? For now, the only thing we know is we have price coiling, but we did have, you know, somewhat of a quicker snapback, which if that kind of push, you know, would have preferred to see it stay a little higher, maybe flag, something like that. Show demand. Had to pull back pretty far to find the same amount of demand. I mean, not even the same amount, sorry, but just to find some demand. Trying to test lower, but not actually breaking through this swing point yet. We never achieved anything locally. It didn't pull back and make a little bit of a high, so it might try to test a little bit lower. Still coiling though. So I mean, our 5-minute candle closed as inside, so the market is absolutely in breakout mode. More price coiling. Maybe indecision will grow the closer we get to news. We're 9 minutes away. $140K so far. Ooh, more price coiling. I went and peed, kind of accepting that we were about to try to test higher, and it's still not so much. Oh, we got a little bit of push below now. So we've completed the 2-leg pullback now. Definitely not the worst. Check below the coiling before it breaks out. Potentially. Trying. It's definitely trying. Technically, all we know though is that price rejected the low and we're back into the middle of this coil again. It did reject it quickly and put us right back in. We may see a test of the other side of this range now. I will say that I like, generally when we have a lot of the coil price action, the way that I tend to prefer to see it is I like it to fail one direction and then go the other. So if it's going to look like it's going to break out to the upside and it attempts to and fails the breakout, then I like to fade it. If it attempts to check below the accumulation and gets like, you know, finds good amount of buyers or, you know, with trend force, then it looks better for an actual breakout rather than trying to get involved in the actual flag. Under it is usually better. Checks pain before it goes. But I'm not interested here because of a few reasons. The time of day, literally taking a position right into the 11 o'clock. And the day, I have no idea what to expect today. Kind of just observing more than anything. But technically that is now the second leg pullback. Then none of this, it means anything to me. It's all just chop and fluff because this was the first pullback low. This was its attempt to make a high. And then everything else in here didn't break below either of those swing points. So it doesn't really do anything. This was the next actual low. So that's now the second leg. But price could just fail right in here again and come right back down. Candles are so far holding their lows so far. So algos are definitely, you know, buying this on this move up, but there's the 11 o'clock rollover. See what kind of volatility we get here. Still holding. Didn't actually make a low under a candle yet. So now we're checking above. Home sales were slightly less than expected. So we've now checked above and below. The pattern does look more bullish than bearish from this 1 5-minute candle. I do like how that happened. But that's about it. That's about all I got. Technically, the only thing we know is that we have big price quail up here, and now we've, you know, checked above and below and came back in. That was a nice little pullback check here, right underneath this small area here, and off the moving average. If this spikes back up and breaks above here, definitely look very good for a test above the high. Visually, we'd have to regain 14 though, and then we would have successfully held the back test and probably will test higher. Didn't get the follow through yet. Testing lower. What we were looking to happen right there off that retest did not happen, so we're still coiling, still range bound. If this thing comes back down and breaks below here, that would be pretty greasy. What are you thinking, One Time? How you reading this, man? Difficult. This could be anyone's guess. Definitely has features of both, you know, bearish and bullish. We did spike up. We are trying to hold. We did check below first, but we haven't really gained quickly at all, that's for sure. Accumulated now for quite a while, checked above and below the mean and just came right back in. Fairly range bound with, you know, slight advantage maybe to the bulls. It is kind of diagonal. The big coil like this, though, for this long, it could be a large move if it actually did break out to the upside. Could happen. More coiling. How did our A period close volume wise? 160,000. So pretty standard. Pretty standard. It hasn't dumped yet. See if we can actually get up above 14 this time. Yep. Do we continue? So far, we got a 1-tick poke. A couple ticks there. Achieving that was pretty big. It could be the juice to get us up to the high. There's our new high. So the flag kit did play out. It checked below first, which is good. Offered that second leg pullback opportunity. Doesn't look like a failed breakout yet. It doesn't look horrible. It is struggling a little bit on extension, but it didn't reject it right back down in instantly. Oh, just as we say that. Just as we say that. I say that. Just as I say that. See if it can hold its retest in. If it can hold the retest in, that'd be great for a little bit of a larger move. It didn't really put a whole lot of gap for it to retest this top though. It's retesting in here. I don't dare say that maybe trend extension won't go very far because of the day and it being lower volume, because yesterday really kind of proved me wrong on that. That's for damn sure. We had super low relative volume yesterday, even lower than today, and the market rallied. A little bit of an inside close on that 5-minute candle after the breakout. So some indecision. Trying to kind of hold higher lows though. It feels like it wants to go up. For sure. Whether it does or not though, I don't know. 1 minute left on this 5-minute candle. Are we going to stay inside or are we going to close at an extreme here? Been a lot of inside action today. Quick move, a lot of inside time accumulating. Quick move, and now we're, you know, inside action accumulating again. Comes another test at the high. I want to make sure that we don't fail here. Otherwise, we'll have a, you know, a spike inside candle, double top. Wouldn't want this to close lower or it'll look like a reversal pattern. Not closed at its high. Yeah, I mean, I agree. We got a quick move and then coiling, which I mean can just be narrowed down, I guess, to it's a bull flag, right? I get we held above the moving average. It was difficult. It took a long time though. Like this early in the morning, generally that's not what we see. It's like quicker moves usually happen in the early morning. So that part is 100% confusing to me. Quick move and then a whole bunch of accumulation again, just really price just stagnant. Zooming out, it doesn't look too bad, right? It just kind of looks like a flag, and then now we're pushing up again. Reversal pattern here didn't play out yet at all. We do have a double top with a bearish candle, but definitely difficult. Definitely difficult. We got this double top action, but it's not rejecting quick. And like looking at the 5-minute chart, this could just check this, you know, area here again and keep going. Hard to say. 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. We know that there'd be liquidity under these last 10 minutes worth of stuff on the 5-minute chart. So like around 13, a test around 13. But at the same time, that would kind of show a bearish top here on this breakout. So we would want to see it test liquidity and basically be bought up relatively quickly if it was going to stay bullish. Kind of exactly like it's doing so far, but we didn't even actually test underneath both candles yet. Yeah, closing right back up in. Still could be bullish for sure. No problems. The liquidity wick didn't even go down as low as, you know, I would expect to normally see it go. Just seems like there's so way too much demand. Anytime that, same thing we saw yesterday, start to see a tiny little bit of failure or struggle, but it doesn't actually reverse at all. It's just a little pullback and then continue. Oh, oh. It's a little stronger selling than we've seen in this area. Check just above the double top. Strong rejection back to the low of the range. 5-minute chart looking like a failed breakout at that level now for sure. Might not close down there. We get 3 minutes, but as bearish as it looks, like I'm not really convinced yet. Does look like rejection. 30 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. second flag up here, checked above it, rejected all the way back down to underneath it now. I don't know. Do we believe it? Do we read this as rejection? Do we find stronger buyers down here and just push it back up in? This market kind of kicked my ass emotionally over the last day. Every time that I think that it looks like rejection, it just isn't. The bull trend has been too strong. Too strong. So that was our first attempt to short. First candle to make a low after that quick snapback. If it goes much further, it's going to have regained the moving average, and then we're going to have another floor again, and we're right back to rejection getting bought up and bull trend continuing again. If it's going to actually fail, you'd want to see it fail relatively soon. Or it just gets more likely to just be a squeeze again. So there's the low, too, right there. It just fired. If this fails and squeezes up back up over this, would cause the momentum probably to the upside. As we like to, you know, we generally see the failure of the two-legged pullback is often a strong signal because it's a trap. We've got an inside candle close on the 5-minute at the low here. Tough price action. Like, I want to take this short, but I kind of have no confidence in it because of the way the market has really been proving all of my failures setups to not end up being failures lately. They just kind of barely pull back at all, and then it just keeps ripping. It's kind of a losing strategy to keep trying to play the reversals in these strong bull trends. I haven't even broke the low of the higher low yet. This should have kept going by now already. Kind of already feels like we're getting bought up. If you were to long the stop out of this failure, short underneath here, or sorry, stop out underneath there. Run right back up to the top. Play the failure of that trade. Let's see. Didn't get a slide. $75, give a 2-tick poke. Being heat twice now if I was to have reversed that losing two-leg pullback. If I would have reversed the entry, I'd be in heat again now. For that concept to work, we'd want to stay above the swing point, above 1375. Still trying to hold this above this moving average. But a slow, like, the volume is, I guess, low compared to like high volatility days, but it's not, I mean, it was more than yesterday. A little bit less than yesterday in B period. Candles are so small. This type of environment allows me to actually trade with 2 contracts because my candlestick pattern entries are not, you know, 6 points, which is nice. But nothing I really want to trade here. It is still holding. Didn't break below yet. Like, quick dump down, no follow through. We've got 0 follow through now at 10, 12 minutes. Like, we're just slowly trying to hold and grind back up. Same thing. Same thing as yesterday. Quick move down, slow grind back up, no follow through to the downside. Unless this market fails this downtrend line, you know, kind of holding it right now or pretty damn quick, it's like I've already lost confidence in it for sure. We haven't achieved a lot, but just should have got some follow through by now. Normally, anyway, normally. Another little leg up. Still holding this demand line. After that one rejection 5-minute candle from above there, we didn't actually even get a trigger underneath it. Just immediately held. We're within a point, back at the high now again. So playing the failure of the load 2 that happened here because we didn't believe it was actually failure. Where would the position be right now? It would have got stopped out and reversed at 16, the stop out under the most recent swing of 1350. So 2.5 points. We haven't even made 1-to-1 on it yet. So you'd be looking for extension for sure. Which does look quite likely. It's kind of rough. Yeah, there it is. Another new high. The bulls are so strong for like the last 2 days now. Really needed to have a different mindset. I mean, I'm glad that I didn't get chopped up a whole bunch. That's good. But at the same time, like, the opportunities in the market were to be taking, you know, the failures down, like to be getting long. We knew we were in a oddly strong bull market right now. And the move back up from that low has been very aggressive. Anytime that we get any kind of failure or pullback at all, it never plays out. The better trades have been to the long side for sure. And most of my trades during this move up have all been trying to like fade moves. And it's just not the thing to do. Like, I'm just fighting the market. It just is difficult for me because there really hasn't been I've missed a lot of the long opportunities because they didn't set up the way that I really would want. I mean, there was really nothing for me to play today, but yesterday there was arguably maybe a couple situations here and there, but they didn't set up really the way that the strategy would like, and I'm still like so used to just fading the failures that I just expected to fail off of like the slight presentation of a failure pattern, and then it just never plays out. It never actually goes. The better trades are definitely would have been to just be trading with the trend. Like push inside, double top, close back down, and any kind of like opportunity where we're not fighting super strong, you know, opposite force, be great fade trades, but not in these conditions. It really does go to show why you need to be aware of the context so that you don't just get smacked around over and over. The conditions are not clean for mean reversion trading. That is for sure. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm probably just gonna walk away, man. This is like really slow to watch, and it's not conditions for my trading. I know that it's not. There's nothing for me to do here. I think I'm just gonna start my Christmas my break, and that's that. We are in a strong bull market. Nothing really else to say about it. All mean reversion trades are flopping. You enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy your holidays. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and I'll be back early next week. Actually, I think we're coming back on Sunday, so I do believe that I should be here on Monday morning. And hopefully the market gives us some better opportunities then. I mean, if you're a with trend trader, then definitely got some good opportunities potentially. If you got patience to hold, slow going, but yeah. Take care, man, and I'll see you Monday.